Yeah, we're starting up again. You are pretentious? Not really. I'm just honest, to be honest with you. And what's crazy is that I actually think if you look at Steam playtime, I don't know. I feel like Trickshot Sim, when we did the Steam recap, it wasn't my most played game on Steam of the year. It was close. Huge. Huge. Some spiders. What do you say when you watch something people call Kino but you don't appreciate it? I'm just too old for this conversation. I'm just not, I guess I'm not talking to people all that much. I'm talking at people a reasonable amount, but I'm not really. It's been a long, let me put it this way. It's been a long time since someone gave me a recommendation to watch something, and then like the next day I came back and went, hey, I watched that thing because you recommended it, and then had to like, I don't know, mask up or whatever. Libra's good, right? You watch one battle after another? Yes. Yes, 5 stars and a heart from me. Five stars and a heart, I'm afraid. Thoughts on the gay hockey show? Heated rivalry? I have no thoughts on it whatsoever. I have not seen, I've seen the ads. I did not go awesome. I did not go gross. I just went, cool, gay hockey show. Good for them. I guess that's my thought. Good for them. Shoresy, I think Shoresy is a straight hockey show, but I don't think I've seen that either. I do think I watched one episode of Letterkenny because you guys were trying to get me to watch it. You were saying stuff like, it's so funny. And then I watched it and I was like, I guess because I kind of like lived here, I just don't get it because this is just how people talk. It's like my culture is not your costume type thing, I guess. I don't know. I just sort of didn't understand it. Trailer Park Boys got some good stuff. But way back in the day, I haven't seen it probably since like 2005, maybe. Can you guys just come up here? Like, I'm not going down there. Oh, maybe I fucking have to go down there. My parents are always stimming with Letterkenny. It makes me very upset. I think it's cool to like watch media and quote it, because otherwise it would be disingenuous because I'm a millennial. But I will say, I was at my parents' house yesterday. Kate, I didn't tell you this. I think my dad started stimming Shrek, which was like blowing my mind. Because I don't even know if he's seen Shrek. And I will say, before I say this part, it might be South Park, but I think it's Shrek. Because he kept multiple times, he said the same way Rob used to say, I say we let him go. And the first time he did it, I was kind of like, what's he talking about? And the second time he did it, I was like, this ain't an accident. He keeps saying, I say we let him go. That's Pee-wee. Oh, this makes more sense. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Mom asked me yesterday if I've been watching the new South Park season. It really felt horrible. South Park Mom, kind of crazy. South Park Mom 1998. You're like, whoa. Mom's ahead of the curve. What about Family Guy Dad? I actually, if I may, I'd like to apologize for my generation. Because again, the same way I rail on boomers for like, please let the Hollywood era of 1987 like end. That's kind of what like millennials have done with cartoons. Like it's just always going to be 2001, I guess, as far as cartoons go. Simpsons still on the air, Family Guy's still on the air, South Park's still on the air, like... Sorry, guys. It's not me. I swear to you, it's not me, man. What the fuck, dude? Are you mad at me because I'm a generational traitor? Well, I guess Gen Z's got their own. Well, no, because then we had this argument about SpongeBob. I still think SpongeBob is a Gen Z show. And you can tell me that it fucking started in 2003, which is like before Gen Z even existed. But they've taken up the mantle, is what I'm trying to say. I'll accept that it's a zillennial show. It started in 99. Okay, and fucking Fleetwood Mac's Rumors came out in 1977, but like its echo happened when that motherfucker started drinking the cranberry juice. Like, culture changes over time. If we're lucky, if we're fucking lucky. What? Rumors was insanely popular in the 1970s, but also, not that many people were talking about it like day in and day out until that motherfucker started drinking the cranberry juice, Justin. You know the guy? It's only right that we should play the way we're feeling. He's right, you know? He was gulping too. I mean, bro, one piece of constructive criticism. I think he should have a helmet on, but he was vibing with the ocean spray for sure. That's like saying Looney Tunes is millennial coded because we all had Tweety Bird sweatshirts. Bro, Looney Tunes is fucking millennial coded. Space Jam came out in 1995, motherfucker. And even still, 32-year-old motherfuckers in my chat keep asking me, what, you really don't think Space Jam's peak? The fuck are you talking about? Walked into my fucking rhetorical trap, bro. I got it on DVD. Okay, I mean, what are you going? I'm better you than me. Better you than me. Yeah, kids still watch Looney Tunes. It's like my kids literally like the LeBron tweet. My kid's been watching Tom and Jerry before class in the morning. But it honestly is kind of sick. Yeah, we take this. Tom and Jerry's peak. My kid threw me for a loop too. She was like, guess who's my favorite? And I was like, easy. Tom. He's a cat. And then she said, nope. And I said, I thought you liked cats. She said, I do like cats. I said, who's your favorite? She said, Jerry. I said, why? She said, funny. Okay. Guess that's all it takes these days. Just the mouse is literally ruining the cat's life or whatever. I guess that's humorous to you. Yeah, you know you've grown up when you start to feel bad for Tom in Tom and Jerry. Bro was just trying to live his life, man. I'm sorry, I'm doing the movie detective bit. I was watching Tom and Jerry the other night when I noticed something sinister. Oh shit, I was dying, man. Oh. Chinatown ass. Oh. There you go. Tom Segura and Jerry Seinfeld. They're calling it the most relatable comedy tour of all time. That being said, I know we've talked about this a few times, and actually this has come up in multiple chats, but especially Justin's. Let me also just say, sorry, I have so much mucus in my throat right now. It's gonna bubble up any second now, and you guys are gonna make fun of me. I might as well take care of it. There we go. I ate it. And by the way, Justin's not wrong for this. If anything, he's right, and I'm embarrassed. Whenever people talk about hating Jerry Seinfeld, they always bring up the fact that he dated like an 11th grader, which is very hateable behavior. Then the second thing they do is bring up how much they hate comedians in cars getting coffee. And I'm like, all right, guys, but like actually, to be honest with you, I think that show's pretty fun. I think that show, Jerry and Fred Armisen and Jay Leno are not going to see you making fun of comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, but your friend who has seen the first 6 seasons of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee will see it and be offended. Not offended, but like, you know, kind of feel owned, I guess, which is not unusual for me. Got to separate the art from the artist. I think there's a good bit in like guy who separates the art from the artist, but in reverse. Now I'm thinking this is probably like one of the most commonly made jokes in like the last 10 years. But like a guy who only starts getting into a really, really shitty artist because they're such a good person. And don't say Keanu Reeves, because I'll defend it till my dying day. John Wick is gas. The whole franchise is gas. Some of the things you're saying are pissing me off right now. Who the fuck said James Acaster? He's funny as fuck, bro. I think I said his last name wrong, but you get the idea. He's alright. Acaster-ass comedian. I think he's better than alright. He's alright. We have better, though. Okay, fucking Jim Carrey. After sleeping with his colleague in Liar Liar. I've had better ass. What a great movie, man. Fuck you. 105? Yeah, in your bra. Such a classic, like, what's the name of the guy I'm trying to think of? The guy who, Billy Wilder. Such a classic Billy Wilder type movie, man. I honestly think if Liar Liar came out in 1941, this is such an insane sentence. If Liar Liar came out in 1941, we'd be talking about it like it's one of the ghosts of all time. I'm telling you, man. If it was like the Marx Brothers that did that, like the bit with the pen, where he keeps trying to write that the pen is not red or whatever, or the pen is not blue, even though they would be like, this is the funniest shit of all time. Royal blue. It's when everyone had Jim Carrey fatigue. Could be true, but it's like a classic case of like bad timing. Because that's like Liar Liar, Truman Show, Man on the Moon type era. Through to like Eternal Sunshine until he totally squandered it with the number 23. Liar Liar is like a classic Hollywood film, man. So many good one-liners. He holds himself in contempt. Unc called himself a bad father, man. Wasn't a dry eye in the house. Thoughts on Yes Man? Sad late career swing for a guy trying to recapture his old former glory, in my opinion. I took a date to see the number 23. Be honest. So fucked. I was gonna say, did you pick it or did she? So I was gonna do a bit like worst movie you've seen on a date. For me, it's the 2006 film When a Stranger Calls. I'm just gonna say it. I did not pick it. I didn't pick the fucking movie. She said, oh, there's this awesome movie coming out this weekend. We should go see it. I said, oh, what is it? She said, When a Stranger Calls. I said, all right. Like, yeah, if you want to. Tropic Thunder? Tropic Thunder is a good movie, though. I don't think you're understanding the... Unless you're trying to suggest that women don't like to laugh, in which case that's problematic, and fuck you, buddy. That is the one with the call is coming from inside the house. It is that one. Which is funny because now it's associated with that movie. But I also, as someone who was like alive back when it came out, I swear I had heard of that trope being in movies before. Which I do believe it. Because, I mean, but then who was phone? Must be from, like, even a couple years earlier than that. Brittle bones. Tragically hip type shit. Worst on a date? Monster? The one where Charlize Theron plays the killer? Okay, but, like, I think I'm trying to find the, by magnitude, worst movie you've seen on a date. Not the most inappropriate. Also, I don't know if this is like the neurotypicalness talking, but I'm kind of like, I don't see the problem with going to see Monster on a date. Weren't you guys like, whoa, what a great performance by Charlize Theron, let's go get dinner? Or like, was it on the date, was this the first time that either of you discovered that like murder exists and the vibes were all fucked up? Or like you didn't look it up before you went out to see it? Or like how did it happen? I don't understand how this could have happened. I've seen some other ones, like Zach Braff's follow-up to Garden State, The Last Kiss. Here we go. I went on a double date to go see Welcome to Marwen starring Steve Carell. I had to be the one who suggested it. It was a bad time. I appreciate you for owning that. That's a fucking funny movie to see on a double date. Welcome to Marwen, the one where Steve Carell gets like beaten up and concussed or whatever, and then to deal with the trauma, he builds like a miniature version of a British town in World War II or something like that, and the whole movie is just, well, he also becomes the dolls, if I remember correctly, but isn't like all the real stuff in that movie is just people coming over to his house going like, you ever think about getting back out there? You ever think about leaving your backyard and all these toys? Yeah, pretty much. Marriage Story? Okay, like, you guys don't, not all of you, but some of you don't understand the question. Marriage Story is universally regarded as one of the best films of the 2020s. Now, you're gonna say some shit that's gonna piss me off by defending yourself, so I'm gonna save you the breath. You're gonna say, yeah, but it deals with some very serious and very real subject matter. Okay. Fucking, you're grown-ups, right? Were you like 12 years old? And also, how'd you see this shit in theaters? Didn't it come out like in just New York and Los Angeles and then dumped on Netflix because they financed it? On a date? Talk about a vibe killer? Are you dating real people or NPCs? You should be able to take a real person to a movie and there might be like some uncomfortable themes and then you could talk about it after. Not to be like, oh, I've got to go home. I went to see Marriage Story. That'll be a nice romantic movie. What the fuck? They got divorced? Like, there's trailers and shit, bro. Like, I don't understand what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense to me. Now people are too scared. They're too scared to say anything else. I went too hard. Fair enough. Happens now and then. Now we're in the uncomfortable phase where like, nobody wants to say anything. Took a date to see 12 Years a Slave at Alamo Drafthouse. Am I the weird one that's like, I think you could totally take a date to see 12 Years a Slave and have it not be weird? That seems like is it not a good movie? This seems like a good movie. It seems totally fine. Like, what do you want? Oh, best movie I ever saw on a date? Finding Dory. Like, what are you talking about? Like a movie where fucking nothing happens and actually Finding Dory, not that good, but kind of traumatic, bro. She loses her fucking parents. Because she's got a bad short-term memory. And then her fucking parents, outside of the aquarium, they built like the shells out to try to lead her back. And like years later, they were still fucking there, dude. Holy. Maybe Finding Dory's a bad example. I was gonna watch it in an hour for a date. Buddy, if you're watching a 2017 kids movie on a date, you're already there. You're basically married, to be honest with you. you're already in at that point. If she's coming over to watch Finding Dory, it doesn't matter. But like, it could be sick if you put on like Midsummer or something instead. Movie was weird. Okay, fucking, who cares? Pissing me off. Took a date to see Ghost Rider. That is pretty funny. That is a humorous one. Most of these were not on dates, so I've definitely seen some garbage in the theater. Third X-Men movie, which somehow is now only like the third bad X-Men movie. Like our third worst, I should say. Like, I mean, X3 The Last Stand, when I saw it, it was like such a colossal step down from X2. But then now I think it's better than X-Men Apocalypse and it's better than Dark Phoenix. So it's like, I don't even know what to think anymore, man. It's a fucked up world out there. I know Librarian's gonna say fuck you. That was a crazy shop. I feel like all of them suck bad. Okay, actually, X-Men 1 and X2 are peak. And First Class is good, and I am a Days of Future Past truther. I don't know, wait, when it came out, everybody seemed to love it. And then there was a crazy backlash that has never ended, I felt. Like now, people talk about Days of Future Past like it's a disastrous movie. And I'm like, I thought it was the best X-Men movie, man. I can't tell if I'm, like, on Star Wars stuff, as soon as someone says something about The Last Jedi, I'm on guard. Because I'm like, I might be talking to someone who just doesn't like the movie, and that's a good faith read, or I might be talking to someone who's involved in the culture war. You never know. But did I miss something? Did something happen with Days of Future Past that did that? Or is it just like people have decided it's mid for some reason because like Rogue isn't in it as much? It's still peak? If Frames of Nick says it's peak, I believe that it's peak. Because I've seen their letterbox. They know peak. I took 9 lives. I should take this. We don't take Damocles. I just watched it. The final third is a bit shit. Bro, we're not talking about Apocalypse. Apocalypse is obviously garbage. I'm talking about Days of Future Past. Somehow, I have seen X-Men Apocalypse twice. I think I went to Japan, which requires taking an airplane or a really, really long boat. And I was on an airplane. But it was like the 4th movie I watched on the airplane, so I didn't get to finish it before we landed. But I was like halfway through the movie, and I was like, this is fucking garbage. Week and a half later, get back on the airplane, they haven't changed the movies yet. Oh no! So I was like, I guess I might as well start with X-Men Apocalypse. But I didn't, because fast forwarding on the movie seatback entertainment is so bad. I said, I'll just tank. I mean, it's like a 10-hour flight. I'll just tank the first half of the movie again. And then I got to the new part, and I was like, man, this is still fucking ass, man. Yes, X3 did say, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Which you would think, as a YTMND head, I was stoked about, but even then, I was kind of like, come on. We're better than this. Last long flight, I was just watching Bar Rescue, started to tell the flight attendants they were overpouring. That's Aura, though. Turn this airplane down! Turn those lights off! I want to say props to you, though. I don't know how I don't know how society's gonna take this joke. I feel like watching movies makes a long flight go by faster because, oh, 9 hours? Well, it's just 4 movies. Especially maybe 3.5 once you factor in like every 10 seconds they're like bugging you about something. Oh, put your seatbelt on, sit down, bossy. So I think movies make a long flight go by faster, but I feel like TV shows, it's perfect timing with the raid here. Thank you for the raid, Daniel. I feel like movies make a long flight go by faster, but TV makes it go by slower. Because instead of being like 4 movies, it's like 20 episodes of TV. Like when you finish a movie, you can take a look at the map and be like, I chunked a little bit out of this flight. We literally just flew like halfway from Vancouver to Hawaii in the time that it took me to watch that movie. But then like you finish an episode of TV and you check the map, you're like, what the fuck, bro? We're like not even out the damn country yet? Dr. House solved the case and we barely even left like Richmond airspace, man. What about guy who downloads TikToks to watch? I'm so out of the loop. I'm actually wondering, is that a thing you can do? Is there a button on like YouTube Shorts where you can be like, just pretend I scrolled for 8 hours and download all of those videos? You can do that now? That is cool, but it sucks, I guess is what I would say about that. That's cool, but it sucks. Yay! Yippee! Fuck off. It's honestly, don't take this the wrong way, Librarian. I get it. I would be upset too if I watched someone play a lot of this game and then was still not as good as an idiot like me who doesn't even know what any of this stuff does, but it has gotten pretty decent over the years at least dodging the enemies. And you're sick? I mean, I guess I'm just a different type of gamer. I've just played a lot of the game. That's where most of the skill came from. No charge bars throwing me off? Is that like a mod? Yeah, I did my 10,000 hours. Leave me alone, bro. Settings menu's basically a mod to him. You know who's not a mod? Librarian. Yet. Guy who thinks head mod... Justin, back me up here. Guy who thinks head mod is something you attach to your fleshlight. Guy who thinks... We can do this. Guy who thinks head mod is... Justin's not here anymore. It's because I was saying Jerry Seinfeld's my favorite guy. Jerry Seinfeld is the funniest guy in the world. Prince Albert, my liege? I don't think I'd ever want to get like a cock piercing, to be honest. Seems like... Can I say something without kink shaming? It seems like more trouble than it's worth. I can't imagine the increase in pleasure, whether for me or for another person. I can definitely imagine the inconvenience in the pain, which has me curl on my toes a little bit just thinking about it. But then also just, I'm sure like, I guess I would just think like, doesn't it get a little bit cold? Like in the winter time, is that something you can get if you live in the Midwest? Like, or would you be like, my penis is stuck to my underpants or something? Like that kid's tongue in A Christmas Story. He's got the long ass stocking cap on and he puts his tongue on the light post. Remember that? Fuck, I gotta see that shit, man. Weird juxtaposition. Not really. I think you're a hammer and everything you see is a nail, whether metaphorical or otherwise. It's not your fault. I think it's the climate you grew up in. Bro was talking about a penis piercing and then later made a reference to a movie that's enjoyable for all ages. Little weird, don't you think? No, not really, to be honest. I made a reference to a movie we've all seen because we all had fucking TBS as kids. And for some reason, they said, it's Christmas Day, let's play that shit for 24 fucking hours, man. I never saw that movie. Turn your TV to channel 47 on Christmas Day. Go watch the first 30 minutes of the movie in the morning. Go open presents, eat breakfast, go to your grandma's house, come back later, turn on your TV and hope it's exactly the time that you abandon the screening. I definitely would like that. Yeah, I think that's probably good for now. Watch Jacob's Ladder on Christmas. That's what I'm talking about. Bro was seriously like pressed that his girlfriend was the devil. Bro, lock in. You're living the dream. Chill, bro. Why? I don't get it. Why is Jacob so pressed, man? Oh, my girlfriend's a hot demon who wants to, like, damn me to hell for eternity. And my chiropractor's like an angel who wants me to go to heaven. Easy choice, bro. Chiropractors aren't even real doctors. Dude fumbled for real. 5 stars and a heart, by the way. I'm locking in. Tim Robbins was tweaking? Yeah, man. That's why Jacob's Ladder is so good, though. You think his friends were just gaslighting him? He was like, hey guys, remember in Vietnam how, like, we smoked that shit and then we all went crazy and, like, started eating each other? And they were like, yeah. He was like, let's do something about it. And they were like, yeah! And then like a day later, they were like, we don't know what you're talking about. Classic friend group prank, man. Hey, wouldn't it be cool? Next time Jacob comes over, let's all pretend we don't remember when we were like killing and eating each other over in Vietnam. Oh, man. They got him good. They got him fucking good, man. Isn't Tim Robbins the 55 Burgers guy? No, that's Tim Robinson. Tim Robbins is the guy with the ponytail from High Fidelity. This isn't even the Reddit switcheroo. I like both of the Tims. He's the transcendental meditation enthusiast who steals John Cusack's girlfriend in High Fidelity. Tim Robbins' erasure kind of tragic. I know that younger kids these days, they don't know about Tim Robbins, man, because he hasn't been doing as much. And like they're not watching The Shawshank Redemption because it's the one Stephen King media property with no clowns in it, except for the warden. Oh, man. You know what I'm talking about? He was the dad in Zathura. Okay, well, that came out in 2005. So if you watched that as a kid, it's time to take your blood pressure medication. I'm talking about, like, people who are actually young, not people who just, you know, used to be young and have not yet recalibrated to the reality of their current situation. No offense. Like, that's fucking crazy. Actually, he's done a lot of stuff recently. He played the dad in a children's movie 20 years ago. Like, that's what you said. I changed the parlance a little bit, but the meaning remains the same. It Welcome to Dairy, kind of sick. Yeah, unless you're lactose intolerant. If I watched Welcome to Dairy, I'd be on the toilet the next day. So no thank you. We out this joint. Huge.